2023. Mother Gaia, third dimensional planet, ascending into fourth dimensional collective consciousness. Azor,
Grand Rising Captain.
can you give me the update on third dimensional planet Gaia?
Yes, Christo, with pleasure. Gaia 3D currently is under critical condition. It seems there is a large amount of humans that have forgotten who they are, causing confusion, division and war driven by fear.
Thank you, Azor. Before we head down to Gaia, can you give me any information about the 3D world, as it's been a while since I've been there?
Sure, the 3D Gaia. We will face much resistance from negative polarity beings as a dual plane. Karma and Dharma are in effect. There is free will. It will be wise to protect our energy and hold love.
Alright, thank you, Azor. Sounds like we have quite the task at our hands. But that's why we're here, and that's why we've been called upon in the Galactic Federation to go down to planet Gaia, the 3D realm. Alright, Azor, let's get ourselves ready to go. Let's hit the time portal and make sure we land in the present day, Mother Gaia, third dimension. Grand Rising and Grand Day. Captain Christo here. I'd like to welcome you to this fresh edition of the Galactic Guidance Report, as we are delivering your galactic news, aligning and attuning you with the multi-dimensions. Flower agate, fluorite crystals, sacral chakra, singing bowl, raw rising codes, spirit animal medicine, puppy dog, puppy dog, puppy dog, come into my field, help recalibrate my mind, body, spirit, with your innocence, unconditional love, fun, playfulness, and joy. May this alchemize any impure, dense, rigid energies that could be in my sacral center, allowing more creative flow, abundance, and passionate joy to rise into my heart center. My heart is filling with unconditional love for all life, as I am here to serve and to bring my authenticity with a smile and open heart. I allow my intuition to be heard, felt, and seen as I trust my instincts, my telepathic abilities. I am protected by the light. Ashe. Coming up, we are going to be exploring the Aquarian-Leo node switch from Pisces and Virgo that took place on July 26th in the Gregorian calendar. We're going to be also exploring the always powerful, most potent manifestation portal of the year, the Lionsgate Gateway. Now, a lot of us hear about 8/8 Lionsgate, and we may believe that 8/8 is the only day of Lionsgate, but I'm going to help you get familiar with the whole Lionsgate portal, with knowing that 8/8 is the peak of the portal. So Lionsgate begins on July 28th, and then it carries over into August 12th. The Lionsgate portal is a modern spiritual tradition tied to a rare celestial alignment when the sun in Leo aligns with the bright star Sirius, aka our central sun, as well as the Orion's belt and the sun with the earth. And on the earth, it aligns exactly with the Great Giza pyramids of Egypt. So this creates the annual flooding of the Nile. And this is a time of renewal and abundance, according to ancient Kemetic and Egyptian spirituality, nature, life. So we're also going to be in Leo season. The sun's fury energy is at its peak, along with Sirius rising, which is known as the dog star, aka the two dog. And if you'd like a little more information about Sirius, look up and look into Sirius's connection to the Dogon tribe, as well as Anubis, and believe it or not, our beautiful plant medicine cannabis. So this has been linked to courage, luck, and spiritual enlightenment. The number 8, very symbolic as 8/8, represents balance, abundance, and infinite potential. And with it being a double 8, it just increases more of that infinite, intentional, manifesting energy. The energetic effects, believers report, it heightens the intuition, clarity, and brings opportunities for personal transformation, making it time to release old patterns and step into new cycles. So with this portal, it's quite special this year in 2026. It coincides with Jupiter in Leo, which began its now 12-year cycle, amplifying creativity and ambition. And it comes just before a total solar eclipse in Leo on August 12th. August is going to be a fury of a month as we now move into more revolutionary, self-empowering, as well as creative and inventory energies with the Aquarian North Node and the Leo South Node. So I'm now going to talk a little bit about this alignment as well, as this is present with the Lionsgate portal. So the Aquarius or Aquarian-Leo node switch from Pisces and Virgo. On July 26th, the North Node entered Aquarius. The South Node entered Leo, marking a major karmic shift in the lunar node cycle. This change will last until March 26th of 2028, when they will move into Capricorn and Cancer. And boy, enjoy these 18 months before we get into Capricorn and Cancer, because things are going to get a little stingy and a little bit emotional. With Aquarius and Leo, it's going to be about fun, evolution, creativity, birthing, independence, strength, and most importantly, showing up for community and building new communities for the earth. So what the North Node in Aquarius means is it represents the future growth path, innovation, community leadership, humanitarian service, and collective progress. Aquarius values uniqueness, social reform, and breaking old systems to create new. Then in the South, to balance. In Leo, it represents the past patterns to release, ego-driven recognition, look at me energy, and performance-based identity. So Leo South Node urges letting go of outdated self-image and pure pressured roles. Be prepared to see a lot of people leaving their jobs and following their passions and having confidence in their self to bring forth their skills and abilities. And if this calls to you, shout out to you. I believe in you, I trust in you, and I know that you're capable of following your passions. Just find the ways to be tangible, find the ways to find the goals and the steps, and just continue to be present. And in your daily presence, do the things in your mind mindfully, do the things with your emotion to be able to bring the clarity and the balance that you need in order to have a proper vibratory field to manifest these wonderful goals and dreams that you wish to achieve. And anything is possible for you. You're a electromagnetic being that is able to manifest at free will. We just gotta make sure our container is nice and clear and nice and healthy so that we can attract and radiate that abundance that we wish. So the collective theme, this 18 to 20 month transit, is about balancing me and we, moving from individualism to interdependence, from personal glory to collective contribution. Aquarius calls for community-minded innovation, shared governance, and reimagining social systems. Leo asks for authenticity over performance, releasing the need to be special to matter. So just to give you guys a little more insight, coming up in August, we have 2 eclipses. We have August 12th, solar eclipse in Leo at 20 degrees. August 27th, lunar eclipse in Aquarius at 4. These eclipses will amplify the Aquarius-Leo axis themes, especially for those with natal Leo or Aquarius placements. And why does this matter? Well, the lunar nodes are a karmic editing mechanism. They review our life story and push us toward unfamiliar qualities that align with our soul's evolution. So for Leo, it's again, releasing that ego-driven leadership, embracing generosity and collaboration. And then for the Aquarius, it's channeling innovation into service. Avoid isolation in pursuit of change. I love that. So channel innovation into service to me is like honing in on your gifts and your skills and bringing it forward into how you can now serve it, to follow your passion, to really be able to share the things that you want to share, to help uplift others and potentially help them connect to what feels like their spirit. So this cycle is a call to connect. It is also a good time to contribute and innovate together, whether it's in politics, social movement, personal relationships. The focus is on shared humanity and collective upliftment. Those with Leo or Aquarius in their chart will experience the most direct activation, but all signs are influenced by this axis, of course. Wow. What a powerful time that we are in, guys, gotta say. And don't forget your spiritual hygiene. Make sure you guys hydrate well, give yourself the correct nutrition throughout this period, and just make it lighter on your system as we go through these shifts and changes so that your ascension symptoms aren't as intense and you don't have to go through as much deep cellular purging as well as recalibrating of the system. So you're going to find many tips, many hands-on ways and strategies throughout this episode to be able to really assist you in this coming week ahead with these energies that we're working with. We know it's getting intense. We know things are really coming to the surface in the subconscious, and just know we are all going through it together, and we are here with you at the Sacred Kingdom. So I really appreciate all of you guys that are tuning in and finding value in this content, and it's only going to grow and just become even better from here.
Imagine booking a soul session, ordering crystals, and joining a live retreat from your phone. For too long, finding the right healers, the right products, the right community has meant endless searching across scattered corners of the internet. That changes now. The Sacred Kingdom has arrived, an online hub where a worldwide directory of holistic practitioners, readers, life guides, organic makers, musicians, a crystal shop, books, and more are all waiting for you. Book one-on-one sessions, order products, and discover Kingdom members serving locally in your area, all from your fingertips, wherever you are, whenever you're ready. Stay connected to upcoming events and retreats, both online and in person. Tap into a YouTube channel built for real conversation, hands-on holistic learning, and free giveaways. And there's more coming: courses, programs, a holistic recipe book, and the Sacred Kingdom Mystery School Academy mentorship. This is a space built on love, compassion, and the belief that conscious living should be accessible to all walks of life. Visit thesacredkingdom.com, and if you feel called to build from within, email Marcus Crystolite at marcustut23@gmail.com about joining the Kingdom Council. The Kingdom is open.
So, coming up, we have a wonderful lineup for you in this edition of the Aquarian-Leo Node Switch here at GGR. We're going to have Galactic Time 101 insight as we continue to understand the Mayan calendar with the dream spell and the wave spell for the Radiant Rhonda. We will also be exploring our herbal allies and crystal friends with the Earth and Energy Report by Sara B in Arizona. And then we'll also be tuning in as we get a little bit of guidance on the correct nutrition and the correct ways to be able to continue to become our better self in fitness and health with our personal trainer friend, Dina. Get ready as we continue to evolve on planet Earth, as I will give us on the close a sound bath for the solar plexus. So tune in at the end of the report for a solar plexus activation sound bath, as I will also be giving a report later on throughout this session on the solar plexus chakra in depth, helping you identify blockages as well as overactivations and ways that you can balance the solar plexus, as well as learning a ascended master and its principles that you may implement to help complement your solar plexus as we go into this week. I thank you guys once again. Captain Christo out. One love.
Grand day, I'm Radiant Rhonda, founder of Thrive Holistic Consulting, lifelong educator and fellow explorer of Galactic Time. Welcome back to Galactic Time 101. Whether this is your first episode or you caught us last episode, we're just jumping in to the beginning. So I want to thank you for being here, and I truly appreciate you taking a few moments out of your week to explore these fascinating ideas with me. So last week, we celebrated the Day Out of Time, which was on July 25th, a symbolic pause before entering a brand new galactic year. We reflected on releasing what no longer serves us and preparing ourselves for a new beginning. Today, we begin living through that new cycle together. We have officially entered the red galactic moon year. So throughout today's lesson, we're here to explore what that means, how it relates to this week, and why so many people are also reflecting on Lionsgate during this season. As always, we'll distinguish between historical Maya calendar traditions and modern dream spell and Lionsgate interpretations, appreciating each with curiosity and respect. So let's begin. The question of the week we'll start with. So for this question, something I want you to think about is, what am I ready to become? So think of one word. Take a slow, deep breath. And let that question settle into your heart. Notice, I didn't ask what you want to accomplish. I asked, who are you becoming? Perhaps your word is courage or peace. It could be joy, healing, balance, authenticity, or purpose. So write down your word. We'll return to it before we close today's lesson. So now I'm going to pick a book to read from the Galactic Library. And today's reading comes from the Mayan Palladian Cosmology by Aluna Joy Yatkin. And I'm actually going to read the back excerpt. I just want to read the back of this because it really gives a good overview and explanation of the Mayan Palladian cosmology. So it states, Mayan Palladian cosmology is an ancient system using an integration of two sacred cycles of time based on Mayan calendars. Within this system, we discover our personal solar destinies and understand our interactions with others and the days in which we live. With this system, we can reawaken cosmic knowledge locked deep inside our DNA. As the cosmic Maya intended and expected at this time, we can reawaken natural human abilities. Those we call paranormal, psychic, telekinetic, telepathic, synchronicity, and etc. With reconnection to the source through conscious individual understanding of the Tolkien, global mind becomes possible, along with universal telepathy, acceleration of synchronistic events, and complete awareness of the cosmos. Horizontal and vertical dimensional time and space travel will not be far behind. The cosmic Maya say that symptoms many are experiencing, such as being uninspired, confused, depressed, and exhausted, are simply part of our reemergence into the light. We are beginning to remember within the DNA of our bodies our true limitlessness. Subconsciously, we are comparing these arising memories of an awakened future to the degree we are still asleep in the present moment. It is possible to ease the symptoms of transition by consciously remembering our destinies and integrating our bodies with our hearts and minds. As we use this system of awakening, our orientation becomes one with the harmonious cycles of the galactic core. We will literally help Mother Earth align with the galaxy for the first time as we simultaneously emerge as galactic citizens. As others worldwide join in this awakening process, the heavy burden of galactic synchronization is lightened for Mother Earth. We are entering the age of light with the cosmic Maya. So the Mayan-plating cosmology is for all those wishing to align with their true destinies and assist within the grand plan for ascension of humanity and planet Earth. So one of the things that, as a child that just didn't sit with me very well was our Gregorian calendar. Especially when you look at September, October, November, December, because they should be 7, 8, 9, December should be 10, right? So we could already tell that our calendar is messed up. And they changed it. So when you think about the cycles of the Mayan calendar, they're using the 13 moon, 28-day lunar cycles. But then if you look at our calendar, January has 31 days, February is 28, April, has 30 or 31. So some of them have 30, some 31. It doesn't make sense. We used to have a 13-month calendar year, and they dropped it. If we would have used 13 months, every day would have been 28 days. Doesn't that make it so much easier? Now we have to remember, is there 30, 31 days, sometimes 28. This seems so chaotic. It doesn't seem like it's really following nature. And so we have our human time, and then we have galactic time. And our human time, I feel like it seems like more of a prisoner of time, a slave of time. Whereas in galactic time, it's more about energy. It's more about freedom. So I think it's, worth our while to look at galactic time and start learning about it. And it also helps us in ascension to the fourth dimension as well. So that's something that I'm interested in learning.
It's dangerous.
And so let me share a quote with you by Carl Sagan. And he stated, "We are a way for the cosmos to know itself." And I think that fits beautifully for what we're trying to learn here. When you think about human beings, we think that we're separate. And we're really participants in cosmic time. We are not separate from any of this that we see here, whether it's 3D, 4D, 5D. So first, let's look at what is galactic time. Most of us are living in a mechanical time, right? We live with seconds, minutes, hours, weeks, months. The Maya certainly knew astronomical cycles, but many modern students of Mayan cosmology distinguish between time, because we have clock time versus living time. Living time asks, what qualities of energy are available today, rather than what hour is it? You see the difference? So one of the timekeepers, if you will, and interpreters of time is, or was, Dr. Jose Arguelles. I'm not really sure how to pronounce his last name. I know when it's double L's, they're silent usually. But he was quoted for saying, time is frequency. We don't look at time as frequency in the 3D world here. So the concept is that every day carries its own energy pattern, much like each musical note has a different vibration. So imagine the universe not as a giant clock, but as a giant symphony. Every day has its own note, every year has its own rhythm, and every lifetime has its own melody. So looking at the Tolkien, which is spelled Tzolkin, is, we use that kind of like at the center of everything. It's a 260-day sacred calendar, and it holds 20 solar seals and 13 galactic tones. Here's a picture of it in this. This is a galactic calendar that I got for the beginning of the year. And I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I could. Oh, here you go. If you can see this, this is the Tolkien. It's small because there's 260 blocks there. But you can see there's kind of like a design with these different colors. You can see the layout. They use red, white, blue, yellow, and they keep repeating. But in the center here, there's a design, and these are sacred portal days here. And so this is the day that we're counting in the 260-day galactic matrix. So we started with the red galactic moon here on day 1, and now we're down here. So we just follow, each day we follow a different hieroglyph or galactic glyph. And we just go down. So it goes from the top to the bottom, and then it keeps going up, back and forth. So the red galactic moon year, this is the year that calls you to welcome galactic renewal by nourishing your soul light. Just a couple things to note on the different days that you see here. So how to read the different signs. You have your galactic date. So this is the gift, the red moon, right here. This is the tone, which is a number. And you can see it says the red galactic moon, and then over here the kin number, which is kin 299, which is what started on day 1 of the new year. So kin 229 was the start of the new year there. And you can see it set up here July 26th, which is the magnetic moon. So what you want to think of when we're going through all these different days is more like a spiral, right? We always think of everything in the 3D world, but in the galactic time, we're ascending upward. So if you think of the Fibonacci spiral, it's actually spiraling up. And from the tiny spiral of a small snail shell to the grand spiral of our Milky Way galaxy, all of the living universe is composed of harmonic ratios. And the calendar of time is ongoing spirals of time. And so when you think of, if you see this little spiral here, it almost looks like it's making the letter G. You see that? So there's also the 13 tones of creation. And so the galactic time counts it in Mayan time, which you can see right here. So it starts at 1 dot for 1, 2 dots for 2, 2 dots for 3, 4 dots for 4, and then a bar for number 5. Then it starts the dots over with the bars, and it goes all the way up to 13. Below it are all the 20 symbols for the different 20 glyphs. So the 20 glyphs are symbols of universal energies which represent archetypal aspects of our being. So you can think of these symbols as archetypes. They are also known as the 20 solar tribes. They function as memory triggers, imprinting our conscious and subconscious mind whenever we interact with them. And you can think of it as a pattern circuit. The glyphs convey the developmental process of life. These icons are activated intuitively, as well as by understanding the specific power, action, and essence of each tribe. Deepen your connection to these energies by exploring more on the different pages. So we'll look at that later. I did want to talk about the founder of the calendar and a couple other information, a little bit of input from Dr. Jose Aguias. He's an American New Age author, artist, and educator with a PhD in art history from the University of Chicago. And he is best known for organizing the 1987 harmonic convergence, popularizing the 2012 Mayan calendar phenomenon. He also was co-founder of the Foundation for the Law of Time. He has also written many wonderful books, as well as calendars and games to help learn the Mayan calendar. He's taught at all kind of different notable institutions, such as Princeton University, UC Davis, and San Francisco Art Institute. He has also helped initiate early environmental movements, including the first Whole Earth Festival in Davis, California, in 1970. He's written many books on the Mayan traditions and cultures. He wrote The Mayan Factor in 1987, The Harmonic Convergence also in 1987. And then he came up with the Dream Spell in 1992, which is a perpetual calendar system created with his wife, Lloydine. And it's intended to replace the standard Gregorian time tracking. And that's why I wanted to introduce Dr. Jose Aguias, because he came up with the Dream Spell. And so the Dream Spell can sometimes be confused because you have wave spells, you have dream spells, there's all these names and spells, right? And so we want to make sure that we're keeping all of that together. So I do want to just briefly distinguish between the dream spell and the wave spell, because like I said, it can be confusing. So you want to think of the dream spell as macro, looking at it from the galaxy, looking at it from the cosmos. You're looking at the Mayan calendar and everything from afar, from a distance, okay? So the dream spell is looking at it from the macro point of view. This is the whole system in philosophy. This includes many cycles. The Mayans have like 17 different calendars. I don't think it's important to learn all 17 calendars. So we're just tracking some of the different types of systems that they have. So the dream spell includes the 260-day cycle, which is from the Tolkien, which is right here, and the 13 moon year, the 20 solar seals or the glyphs, the 13 tones. So it's the big picture of time, the yearly and daily guidance. The wave spell is that G that I showed you in the picture. The wave spell is more of the micro. It's looking at a 13-day cycle within the system. And so this follows 13 galactic tones, going from the numbers 1 through 13, like I showed you in the Mayan counting. So this helps us to focus our journey or theme and its daily energies. And one of the things I wanted to share with you also in this book, it really talks a lot about the number 13. And so I wanted to share a couple of things about it. Let me see here. Okay, so the number 13 represents the spirit, the holy breath of creation. This sacred 13 is movement or spirit of the sacred calendar. In the Mayan language, the spirit is called Oy, or Ol. In our physical bodies, the sacred 13 reflects as 13 major body movements: the neck, shoulders, elbows, wrists, hips, knees, and ankles. In Mesoamerican art, the G symbol is representation of the 13 and is considered the cosmic egg. The G also represents our galaxy, the Milky Way, and it is pronounced Hey or Heya. Native Americans sing Heya in sacred G to the heavens still today. They are aware of the source of this power of 13 and the creative energy that emanates from the center of the source of creation and the center of our universe. So I always find it interesting that, our culture is really fearful of the number 13, but in here, it's quite the opposite, isn't it? So I think we should always question, why are we afraid of the number 13? It continues on. It talks about the number 13 for a couple pages, but these 13 numbers are a map of the creative pulse that defines how the pulse manifests in the physical world. Each sacred number holds a position or intention in the creation process. This unified creative pulse is broken down into 13 parts. And then it describes the 13 parts. This energy of 13 parts of creative pulse can be explained in various sizes of time, space, experience. Since time in the universe is spherical and unending, we can use this power of 13 in any size time frame, as long as it does not lose its symmetry. The 13 parts could be 13 seconds, 13 breaths, 13 months, 13 years, 13 centuries. Remember, hear that all these possibilities are working simultaneously. So I think that's pretty cool to learn more about the number 13 as well. So a couple of other things that I wanted to share with you in understanding, our galactic signature, which was our homework for last week. So our galactic signature is our signature that's, revealed by entering in the information if you don't know how to figure it out. And so I mentioned you could go to 13moon.com and figure out your own galactic signature. And so every day they have a glyph of the day, which they put in the center right here. And so the glyph of the day each day is encoded with one of the 20 glyph symbols of universal energies, which represent archetypal aspects of our being. You can use these glyphs as keys to unlock vast personal insights into the opportunities of each day, also known as the 20 solar seals or 20 solar tribes. So the tone of the day is the number 1 through 13, which conveys nature's creative process as an unfolding 13-day spiral of time. So it is important to think about the days and time is going in a spiral upwards, right? That's how we ascend. So the cycling progressively, the numbers 1 through 13 are depicted in the galactic notation, where 1 equals, a little dot, and 5 equals a bar or a line. So they use their numbers as dots and bars. And then you have the kin number. So a lot of you may not realize what the kin number represents, but there's a kin that's represented every day. And each day it indicates where you are within the 260 unit galactic matrix. So every galactic signature has its own kin number. So you have 13 tones and 20 glyphs. So 13 times 20 equals 260. There's also 4 colors, as you may have noticed. There's red, yellow, blue, and white. And so these different galactic times are encoded in the 4 colors that represent the powers of the 4 directions. So red is east, white is north, blue is west, and yellow is south. I mentioned the galactic portals as well, and let me find, I have all different types of pictures here. So in this photo, you can see it maybe a little bit easier. You can see the green days here are portal days. So it almost looks like an X or some kind of design here. Those are called portal days. And so the galactic activation portals, this is the symbol signifies a galactic activation portal day. These days invite you to enter gateways of expanded consciousness and amplify your awareness to energy flows and information exchange. Within the 260-day galactic cycle, there are 52 portals. These specific kin forms the loom of the Maya, which is a bilateral symmetry pattern that reflects the basic pattern of our DNA, double helix, integrating the galactic code of light into the generic code of life. This portal formation is a resonant structure linked to the active of our full DNA potential. One of the things that's also really cool about the Mayan calendar is it also works with the 7 chakras. So in closing, for the reflection, journal some of these questions. Where am I resisting natural flow? What no longer aligns with who I am becoming? And what values do I want my life to reflect this year? The last question you can reflect on is, how can I move through this season with greater authenticity? So spend a few quiet moments near water if possible, or simply hold a glass of water with gratitude. Allow nature to remind you to transform often happens through gentle, consistent flow. At Thrive Holistic Consulting, my passion is helping people align their purpose with their daily lives through consulting workshops, retreats, and educational experiences. If today's lesson resonated with you, I'd love to continue that journey together. So remember, choose one of those guiding words for your year. Spend quiet minutes with water. Journal your reflections if you feel called to share your guiding words with your community. And then I would like to leave you a cosmic blessing. May the waters of this new year gently wash away what no longer serves you. May your heart remain open to grow, and may your words reflect kindness. May your choices align with your deepest values, and may each new sunrise remind you that every moment offers another opportunity to begin again. Thank you so much for joining me on today's journey through galactic time. I hope you'll join me again next week as we continue to explore the rhythms, symbols, and cycles that invite us to live with greater awareness and intention. Until next time, stay curious, stay present, and keep thriving. Thank you.
She didn't just change her body, she rebuilt who she was entirely. Meet Dina Morales, founder of DNA Training, and your host for DNA Talks. This is a show for women who are done with surface-level change. Real, raw conversations about fitness, motherhood, healing, confidence, discipline, and becoming who you were always meant to be. Transformation from the inside out. New episodes every week, right here on YouTube. Subscribe to DNA Talks, and let's get to work. DNA Talks. Stronger starts here.
Hey guys, it's Dina with DNA Training and with DNA Talks. And today I would like to speak to you about connecting the body, the mind, and the soul with clean eating and exercise. So I'm pretty sure you know by now I am a personal trainer at DNA Training, and I help women reach their goals through workouts. So these are 3 things that I implement with my clients and that I want to teach you as well so you can implement them on your daily basis, okay? So transformation goes beyond the scale, guys. It's not just something that, happens overnight. And when you get on the scale, I want you to remember that the scale does not dictate your hard work and your dedication. So true transformation goes beyond the number on the scale. So I want you to remember that when nourishing your body with whole foods, when you move with purpose, and when you take the time for your mental and well-being and mental and emotional well-being, everything changes, guys. Everything begins to align, okay? So when those 3 things are in sync, your body, your mind, your heart, your soul, when those are in sync, everything else starts to align, okay? So energy increases, your confidence grows, your mind becomes more clear, and your spirit becomes stronger, guys. And this is all coming from the way we move. If we move intentionally, if we are eating wholesome, nutritious food intentionally, and we are also taking care of our mental and emotional state, guys. So everything else around it increases. You become stronger, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally, guys. Because fitness isn't just about looking good. It's about feeling powerful from the inside out. So that's why it's so important that we take good care of our body, for us to be conscious about what we eat, what we put in our body. But not only that, guys, remember, we're working as a whole here. So not only what you eat or what you consume and put in your body will affect everything else around it, but also what you see, what you hear, and your environment as well. So pay attention to those things, guys, because it all works together. This is how body and soul come together into one when it comes to fitness, okay? So every healthy meal is an act of self-respect. I want you to remember that. Every healthy meal is an act of self-respect. Every workout is a promise to yourself, to keep yourself healthy, okay? Every small step that you take brings you closer to becoming the strongest version of you. So remember these 3 things, guys. The way you eat, the way you think, and the way you move will dictate your future in the gym, guys, or in life in general, your journey, okay? So your journey is about creating balance, building resilience, and also living a life filled with strength, health, and purpose. So when you are doing those things, guys, because when your mind and your body and soul work together, there's no limit to what you can achieve, okay? So make sure you're working on those 3 things, guys, on your mind, your body, and your soul, for them to align together, so there's no limits to what you can achieve. It is so important to get those 3 things aligned, guys, and not only when it comes to your fitness journey, but life in general, Okay, so those 3 things are going to help you get further, not only in life, but in general, guys. So connecting the mind, the body, and soul are very important when it comes to your eating and your exercise. So remember, it's all in a sync. It's all a one thing, guys. When you eat better, your gut is your second brain. So when you eat better, your head, your brain is more clear. You can make better choices. You can, become more conscious about the way you're living, the way you're eating. And that's when our mind becomes in contact with our physical. Because once you become physical at the gym, you're not only becoming physical, but you're also becoming mental, guys. So you have to use that synergy to create the results you want. Okay. So today I want to leave you with this thought. Make sure you are working on all 3 things. You're nurturing your body, you're nurturing your mind, and you're also nurturing your soul, because they all work together as one, guys. So I hope this helped you. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.
Grand day again. Captain Christo, checking in. I am here for your weekly report on your chakra of the week to bring focus to, for maintaining balance and wholeness within the mind, body, emotions, as we continue to flow with this Aquarian-Leo node shift, as well as the Lion's Gate gateway. I want to give you some insight in our chakra of the week, and that is the solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra, also known in Sanskrit as Manipura, is located in the abdomen, right below the sternum. It is associated with the color yellow, and for frequency healing, you can attune to 528 hertz. The physical body parts and organs that the solar plexus occupies the well-being of is the stomach, the intestines, the gallbladder, the liver, pancreas, and spleen. This is home of our gut instinct, the second brain. It is also where we get the attributes of being able to access the energy flow and the burst of what we call willpower and inner strength. It is also where we have the initiation and the activation of innate confidence within our being, as well as positive self-esteem and a good self-image. This is also the center of our ego. This is where we start to identify with ourself as a being in relationship to the world. And with the ego, we remember that the ego is not good or bad. It's about what programming are we feeding our ego in our daily life. And if you would like to keep that as a journal prompt or a note for this coming week as we continue through this node switch and Lionsgate portal, that is, what am I holding on to? What am I allowing to continue to cause me to feel rigidness within my own mind and emotions about who I am and the way I see myself, my limitations, capabilities, the judgments that I'm carrying, whether it's from myself or others? Can I shed some of that this coming week? So it's also where our self-control and decision-making is stored, due to it being where we take action with the vitality that we have accumulated from the root and sacral. This is where we can either be unconsciously impulsive with our decisions, or we can have the integrity to discern whether we take action with our solar, or we raise that up to our heart and continue to enlighten our energy. So a few ways you can identify blockages and overactivations in the solar. Blockages could be extreme judgment and criticizing, low self-esteem, a loss of will to live, digestive issues, ulcers, hypoglycemia, diabetes, quitting quickly on our projects, strongly identifying with the world and becoming codependent on others to determine your value and worth. And if you can take action and live in your passion. And then we have powerlessness over life. This is when we feel depressed and we feel like we have no shine inside of ourselves. Then the overactivations, we have egotistical, becoming full of the self and separating and feeling like we are above others, being commanding of others and basically rejecting others' reality, becoming possessive and overtly competitive and ambitious. Now, there's nothing wrong with being competitive. There's nothing wrong with being ambitious, but it's when we go to the extreme and we begin to lose sight and lose consciousness of others' free will, respecting others, and also sharing space and this honoring that we all share space together. So a few crystals that you can use: tiger's eye, citrine, sunstone, pyrite, fire opal. Some foods and herbs if you want to make it into a diet for this week. You can experiment and mix and match with lemons, bananas, pineapple and squash, sunflower, dandelion, rice, oats, quinoa, and flax. And then you have herbs such as milk thistle, ginger, turmeric, mint, lemon balm, and fennel. And of course, try some of these in teas. A few practices and techniques that you can use throughout the week to help with your solar plexus. You can of course do affirmations, and an example of a great affirmation is: I am free from judgment, opinions, and criticizing that is lowering my self-esteem. I am confident in who I am as a beautiful being. Let's go ahead and say that one more time if you would like. I am free from judgment, opinions, and criticizing that is lowering my self-esteem. I am confident in who I am as a beautiful being. So some more practices you can utilize. You can do solar plexus guided meditations, meditate to 528 hertz. You can do yoga poses like breath of fire, high lunge, or cobra. Do some good healthy exercising. You can do more mindful eating. Practice releasing past judgment and bullying in the mirror while doing breath work, Reiki and other energy healing, the mantra chant of Ram, R-A-M, and then having healthy, holistic, sacred-like therapy spaces with community. So those are some strategies that you guys can pick up on going into the week. And I'm actually going to continue and bring it into a more galactic perspective for you guys on the solar plexus chakra. So in a galactic perspective, when we learn from ascensionglossary.com, so as we're still waiting for our sacred guest, Grandmother Blue Star, to join us, I wanted to read a little bit out of the Shamanic Egyptian Astrology book. Grandmother Blue Star, Barbara Meister Vitale. A little bit about her background. She is an international lecturer. She is the director of the Meta Intelligence Institute. She was officially made a Lakota relative in 1986.
So knowing the different medications and being very cautious of them as a ceremonial leader, whether it is taking ayahuasca or whatever it is, anytime you leave this body or anytime, I thought you were going to do that. Anyway,
I tried, and then I was like, she has to do it. I was like, okay.
to bring her to the reservation to talk to their teachers. So I was still working as an administrator in the school system I was at, so Iraq. And I am teaching a Celtic class. We started out with 50. We're down to, I think, 12, because it's a hard concept. It's a hard concept, and it takes.
What I took the most from that connection with Yeshua and that raw experience was just that, you know, no matter what direction you go, no matter what choices you make, no matter what circumstance you're under, there is the ability for change, and there's ability to alchemize, as we say. And that ability is instilled within you and me. And
you are that. You are spirit. You are enough. You are perfect. It's just opening yourself to that.
there it is.
Okay.
For everyone out there, the YouTube channel.
I also put it in chat.
Vitali. Tap in and tune in Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern. Live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Grand Rising with Christo and Lisa Renee. And shout out to Lisa Renee. She is such a phenomenal galactic pioneer of our sacred knowledge when it comes to our multidimensional universe. So this here is on ascensionglossary.com. And this is about the RA Center, the Ra Center. I'm sure a lot of us are familiar with Ra, especially if we like Egypt or had a past life there. But this is going to give you a little bit of insight about what we call the Ra Center, which is a parallel to the solar plexus chakra. So the Ra Center, in the individual light body that has been activated, the entire solar plexus area reconfigures the mental body layers into a golden solar gate energy vortice, which is called the Ra Center. Essentially, the shield from the 14th chakra is embodied as a still point and runs current into a golden orb body in which seats the conscious identity. So it's saying once you truly activate and elevate and ascend your solar plexus, it turns into being in balance with the golden 14th ray of light chakra. So in this activation for a higher embodiment, the third dimensional layer of the 1D and 2D frequency wave spectrums, the reversal nets and their energy centers, such as the 2D, 4D split shadow body, are completely dissolved and membranes gone. So it's basically saying when you activate this, it starts to integrate your shadow body into your pure light, leaving a solar sacrum and higher position for the still point and conscious identity above the navel called the Ra Center. With a diamond sun body activation for the eternal light body in 5D, all separated electromagnetic fields in the light body release their polarization membranes and electromagnetic barriers, merging the male and female counter rotation spirals into a large orb of light surrounding the body. There are three main orb bodies nested within each other that are built on a trinity of triangles that align in the central vertical channel as a new position for the 369 spheres, and then the personal Christ at the 12. These main energy spheres are located on the central column and merged into a trinity wave neutral charge or non-polarized energy centers. So the inner solar temple, the solar logos and access to the solar deities, is the collective solar king or sun god complex. Within our light body, we have a sun temple, the place of light that illuminates our spiritual inner core and strokes our heart plane through the eyes of Ra. The eye of Ra is located within the solar plexus and still point area of the chakra system. The solar king provides warmth, growth, solar nourishment, and protection for our solar plexus, for building our inner spiritual light to blend with our will center. To build and activate our sacred sun temple to be illuminated as a house of light, the solar king is the amplifier to call upon. If our heart is blackened from the use of excess will, fear, pain, or wounds, we call the solar deity to build the inner temple within. Upon the altar of our inner sun temple, we find comfort and refuge from the dark night to return back into the light to heal our wounds. Through refuge with the inner sun temple, we are risen again back to the light source upon the ashes of our pain. This is the amplifier for sudden trauma, shocks, betrayal, and loss, to gain inner strength and endurance quickly. Many of us have root memories of the resonant affiliation connecting to a planetary sun temple, which are where many pyramids that have been built to mark the primary energy vortices of planet Earth. The Solar King will connect with you again to the sun temple of your genetic coding to mirror the reflection of rebuilding your inner sun temple with the rebuilding of the sun temples of the Earth. How beautiful. Great information again from ascensionglossary.com, hosted by Lisa Renee. Then it talks about the Eye of Ra, and that would be something that you can research on your own and you can click on when you go to this website. All right. So now that we have gone over the solar plexus chakra, the chakra of the week, I'm going to now give you guys your complement to help you with drawing in some principles, techniques, point of views, and skills that you can acquire through a ascended master or archangel to help you this week with your integration process of your solar plexus. And that is going to be with guardian and world teacher Yeshua the Christ. So Yeshua has mastered many different rays, mainly the blue ray, the yellow ray, and the ruby ray. And then he ascended into a world teacher of many rays. But today we're going to highlight his correlation and connection and embodiment of the yellow ray principles, the second ray of divine light. This is the ray of wisdom, inner illumination, clarity, joy, and understanding of knowledge. A little bit about the embodiments and the human incarnations that Yeshua or Jesus, the soul, incarnated into. Well, Yeshua first came to Earth as a volunteer with world teacher Sana Kamara and has had many embodiments on Earth since that time. He was a ruler of the Golden Age in Atlantis during 34,000 BC with Magda. He was also on Atlantis about 15,000 BC as well, as he was one of the main components to being a government leader during Atlantis. Him and Magda were able to sustain for years upon years a great civilization of Atlantis, thousands of years. But then after the Golden Age, the civilization was corrupted by false priests and black magic began. This then resulted into the flood of Atlantis. He was also Joseph, the son of Jacob, who was sold in slavery in Egypt. He was also King David as well, who wrote Psalms. So now, Yeshua being the avatar of this Piscean age that we are wrapping up at this time and moving into the Aquarius age with Saint Germain, it talks about how Yeshua came into his final incarnation having passed many initiations, the Eastern and Western embodiments, yet he retained the small percentage of karma that was required for his mission, in which he balanced by the time he left Palestine at age 33. It was recognized in John the Baptist as Guru Elijah, who had come again to prepare the way of the Chela. It talks about between the ages of 12 and 30, Yeshua studied both inner and outer retreats of the Brotherhood of Luxor, Egypt, in the Himalayas. Serapis Bey, the hierarch of the Ascension Temple of Luxor, Egypt, has described how the Master Jesus came to Luxor as a very young man and knelt before the Hierophant, refusing all honors that were offered him, and asked to be initiated into the first grade of spiritual law and mystery. Quote, "No sense of pride marred his vintage, no sense of premonition or false expectation, albeit he could have well expected the highest honors." Scrolls that describe Yeshua's journey to the east are still preserved in a monastery in a valley in Ladakh, Kashmir, in India. He studied under the great divine director Lord Maitreya and Lord Himalaya. It was here he received key mantras for his mission, which he later taught to his disciples. Some of these mantras are included in the transfiguring affirmations dictated by the Master Jesus to Mark Prophet. Having been a member of the Order of Zachiel of the Violet Ray, he had also learned the science of invocation and alchemy. And then in conclusion of his life, he took his ascension from the etheric retreat of the Shambhala. So he is a world teacher now, after he became the Kohan of the Sixth Ray, which then transitioned into Lady Nada. When Kumar returned to Venus on January 1st, 1956, Yeshua assumed the position of world teacher, replacing Lord Maitreya, who became the planetary Buddha. So mission today, Yeshua calls us to the path of discipleship under the Ascended Masters. He has released a series of calls to this path. Yeshua says to those who would be his disciples in the age of Aquarius, "Greater love than this hath no man, that a man lay down his life for his friends." Blessed ones, this is not speaking of death, but a vibrant, lived life. Live truly to convey the fire of my heart to all. This is the meaning of being a disciple who is called apostle, instrument, and messenger of light, conveyor of that light. So a couple of key traits to take that you can activate and tap into with Yeshua is being able to shed attachments to the outside world, be in the world but not of it, feeling your illumination and inner innate connection to God Creator. Also remembering the inner is like the outer and the outer is like the inner. That your inner world is a reflection of the outer world, and you are one with the outer world as it is one with your inner world. And there is no separation in this alchemy. And then lastly, remembering to utilize your skills to continue to learn, to self-realize, to embody practices such as fasting, dieting, meditation, sharing and serving others to help feel that illumination radiate and shine from within. Guardian Yeshua, our Ascended Master, for our solar plexus this week and our focus. Stay tuned at the very end of this Galactic Guidance Report, as I will be giving you guys a beautiful solar plexus sound bath after our report with none other than our Earth and Energy Allies sister, Sara B, out of Arizona. I thank you guys as we continue to transform, illuminate, and step into our fury and power and shed those layers that are causing distortion and disease. You guys can connect with me, Marcus Christo Light of Sacred Light, for many practices like Reiki, inner child healing, shamanic guidance, shadow work, reprogramming. You can figure out your soul origin, starseed lineage with myself through meditation. I do custom meditations, I host retreats, and so much more. Reach out, and I will be available for you guys, as I am gratefully here to serve. I love you all. Have a great Lionsgate portal. We will see you guys again on the peak of Lionsgate on next Saturday. And just remember to hydrate, good nutrition, and do the things to support your body, as it is going to go through some changes. All right. Checking out and over to Sara B.
Oh, Azor, Captain Crystallite. Hey, how's it going? Hey, everyone out there, how's it going? It's Galactic Guide Sara here with Shining Soul Healing and Wellness. How's it going? Yeah, so I'm here today with my assessment of the Earth and Energy Report of the week for planet Earth. So what I'd like to do is go over a collective energy like snapshot that I have in my notes here, an Earth ally or an herb that would go right along with that energy or that vibe, and then a crystal companion that might accompany with that herb, right? And then of course we'll also touch on a chakra spotlight, and then at the end I'd like to just quickly go through, because I'm into quantum hypnosis and the quantum world, I would like to do a little soul integration work at the end. Quick and easy, just a few minutes here and there, just to help guide everyone throughout their week ahead, so anyway.
Okay, there's an urgency in this for whatever reason. I'm supposed to tell everybody right now that we have a responsibility. We have responsibility to ourselves. We have responsibility to our children. We have responsibility to our animals, whether they're our pets or not. We have a responsibility to this earth and to this universe to put the work in to heal ourselves so that we can elevate our consciousness, get out of these states of fear, okay, and live in the light. Now, you might think it's all woo, and if you do, you probably aren't even watching this, but it's reality. Reality isn't what we've been taught. There's a fabric that is woven throughout everything, this quantum field. We can use it to access other states of consciousness, to access other people, to connect with one another, to connect with other galaxies, and stop letting them tell you it's bullshit. It's not. You might listen to somebody like me and think I sound crazy, but check back in 5 years and then tell me what you think.
Again, this is Galactic Guide Sara with Shining Soul Healing and Wellness here. Hope everyone's doing well. So welcome to the Earth and Energy Report. Like I was saying, each week we'll explore different energetic themes that I'm seeing like kind of in the collective, and whatever type of herbal ally or earth ally I would like to see paired with that energy. So this week I have seen that things are beautiful and intense and building, and we've entered Leo season. We've had some node switching going on. We've got a full moon. We've got Lionsgate coming up, and then we've also got some eclipses as well. So we have a lot of things going on, and everyone is striving to be and find and achieve their highest timeline. And so this can be a little stressful. And this weekly Earth and Energy Report states that I feel that the Earth Collective is a little stressed out, little high cortisol. We all need to take a vacation. Anyway, that brings me to Tossi, holy basil. It's like an adaptogenic type herb. Basically what that means is that it helps your body adapt to stress, to demands that are above and or below normals, It's really good. Adaptogenic type herbs are great, especially with modern day. It seems like a lot of us burn our candles at both ends, and eventually we get cortisol body, right? And so cortisol is one of our hormones our body makes, but when your body's in fight or flight for too long, your body can make too much cortisol, And then that's when things start to take effect, you know. And so an adaptogen like this Tulsi or holy basil would be perfect for this situation. It's like, you know, it's a really great herb. It's let's see here. Let me look at my notes here real quick. It helps the body to adapt to stress and to support resilience and balance. It has also been traditionally used to support healthy breathing, circulation, and vitality. I do believe that that's one of the main focuses of Tulsi, is that it gives you a renewed sense of vitality, you know. And matter of fact, a lot of people like to replace their coffee with it in the rising time because it's less cortisol producing for the body. So that's great too. You know, let's see, it's like any adaptogen. Tulsi is really great for the body's stress response, right? So fight, flight, or freeze. And it helps you to become more just respond versus react, you know. As far as like an invitation from Tulsi, if Tulsi could speak, I think Tulsi would say, slow down enough to hear your own wisdom before reacting to the week's noise, to the world's noise. Slow down enough to hear your own wisdom before reaching for the world's noise. As far as a crystal companion, I would probably suggest a peach moonstone. Peach moonstone actually complements Tulsi really nicely. While Tulsi is kind of like helping you find clarity and steadiness, peach moonstone encourages intuition and compassion, you know, confidence, a deep connection with the divine feminine energy, you know. So together, these two combined, I feel like a really great thing for this week, for the energies. They can both be very grounded and gentle, but at the same time, help us to give us our strength, you know, that we're looking for. As far as chakra spotlight, I'd like to talk about the solar plexus this week, you know, because a lot of times when you're in the energies like we are right before Lionsgate, when everyone is trying to do all the things in preparation, you know, there could be shadows, if you will, that get in the way. And that could be a blockage, and that could be in your solar plexus, for example, or an imbalance perhaps, you know, where your energy isn't flowing quite perfectly, you know. Anyway, signs of that could be like self-doubt, indecision, procrastination, a lot of people pleasing more than usual, you know, low motivation, a feeling of listlessness. Can't say that very well. Anyway, you could kind of allow yourself, like as a practice, to sit in the sun when you first get up, like maybe before you go to work, or as you have your holy basil tea instead of your coffee. Allow that energy to soak in the beautiful golden early rising sun. Allow it to soak into you, you know. Place your hand over your solar plexus, which is kind of right, you know, in the very middle here where your I guess, what is this called, a breastbone here, right? Would be. And then inhale and exhale deeply and say, I trust myself. You know, I trust myself. And you can say, I love myself. Breathe that beautiful energy in. You know, just absorb the energy from that peach moonstone and the cup of Tulsi tea. Matter of fact, this would be a really nice way for soul integration, for reflection, affirmation, and action. What you could do is sit there, you know, just take yourself 5 or 10 minutes before you go to work and have a reflection to yourself and ask yourself, where are you, like, in life? And, you know, and what am I ready to feel versus what I think I need to feel? Like, what am I? Really be honest with yourself, and ask yourself this question. Really ask yourself what you're ready to feel. And then, of course, your affirmation to yourself would be, I trust the wisdom within me. This is a little exercise on gaining self-confidence, of course. Helping to get rid of all that stress of the week ahead, the week that's in the way. And then just remember that every small step creates a meaningful transformation, no matter how small we think it might be. It's actually, all pieces matter. Every piece of the puzzle matters to make it all fit, right? Yeah, so the action would be just to remind yourself to take one small step at a time and not to overwhelm yourself. And that way you can keep your cortisol level low and flow, and just be on the smooth and on the down low. And there we go. Giving a recap to my report for the week, I think I would, again, remember to recommend Tulsi or holy basil to anybody. And you could use that as a tea, you could use that as a capsule, you could use it as a tincture. I actually like to have some holy basil tea. It's pretty nice. It's got a nice flavor to it. So just get yourself some honey. And you could have it warm or you could have it chilled. It's up to you. Matter of fact, actually, I love to make sun tea out of holy basil tea. It's great. But anyway, give yourself a week. 1 week. Like, either have it in the AM, in the rising, instead of your coffee, or have it in the evening after your supper and you're ready for this to relax for the rest of the night, You choose. But give yourself a favor and give yourself a challenge for 1 week. Try holy basil for 1 week. Grab a peach moonstone, or even if you don't have a peach moonstone, grab a crystal and sit with it and enjoy your cup of tea. And then just remember to ruminate on the ideas of, what is a small step that I can take to achieve my goal, right? One small step in front, one small step in front of the other. Eventually you'll get to your goal, to your end point, right? So thank you very much. Back to you, Christo.
Tell my story about how I just survived, yeah. I'm schizophrenic, but my demons never lie, yeah. Need to break free from this mental civil warfare. Fighting the system ain't as easy as you think, yeah.
Alright, y'all. Welcome back to the foolishness. If y'all hearing us again, yes, it's still Cricket the Gift and Missy's AI clones.
The originals are still busy building communities, making power moves, and being productive citizens.
Meanwhile, we got left with microphones, opinions, and absolutely no supervision.
Which is dangerous, because today's topic has ended peace treaties in living households everywhere.
We talking about them 2 little words that destroy trust faster than a low battery on date night?
Just a bite.
Man, let's tell the reckless truth right now. Her bite breaks the laws of physics.
Oh, please. Here we go.
Seriously?
Nah, because a bite is supposed to be a sample, a tiny little courtesy nibble, a respectful visitor. But somehow, when it's my plate, your bites show up like a home invasion.
That is so dramatic.
Man.
Dramatic? No. Scientific. I have watched you say, I don't want nothing, then activate like a superhero the second my fries hit the table.
Because your food always looks better.
It's the same fries.
Not after I decide I want some, it's not.
See? This is what I'm talking about. You move at super speed when it's my food. Ain't no hesitation, ain't no warning. Just a hand sliding across the table like a Marvel movie origin story.
And if you love me, you'd share your powers and your fries.
Baby, I share my life, my time, my energy, my passwords, my peace. But these fries got boundaries.
Boundaries? Over potatoes? You didn't hear this, man?
Be serious.
Yes, boundaries. because every man knows the pain of ordering exactly enough for himself only to watch a woman who said she was good turn into a silent shareholder.
First of all, don't act like men don't do the same thing. Yins will say, I'm cool, then start reaching over like the plate is community property.
That is not the same.
It absolutely is.
No, because when men do it, it's hunger. When women do it, it's strategy. It's calculated. It's elegant theft.
Elegant theft is crazy. I prefer to call it relationship taxes.
Relationship taxes? So now I gotta pay in appetizers?
Yes, love costs. And sometimes the cost is 3 fries, 2 mozzarella sticks, and a sip of your drink I didn't want.
See that? That right there is why folks be ordering in survival mode. We don't order one meal. We order for us, the woman, and the woman she might become once our plate arrives.
Smart men do.
Fellas, let me help you. If she says, I'm not hungry, that is not a statement. That is a movie trailer. The actual movie starts when your food gets there.
And ladies, let me help Yins too. If he gets protective over his fries, don't take it personal. That man done already pictured the exact number he planned to eat.
Thank you. Finally, some honesty.
I didn't say I respected it. I just said I understand it.
Man, see this. Why Missy dangerous? She'll validate your feelings and steal a chicken nugget with perfect posture.
As I should. I'm not a criminal. I'm a wife with access.
Access is not ownership.
In marriage, debatable.
Nah, the real truth, just the bite don't even be about hunger. It be about curiosity, entitlement, affection, and a tiny little power trip all rolled into one.
Exactly. Sometimes I don't want the whole meal. I just want to taste what you got, see if I made the wrong choice, and remind you that nothing in this relationship is fully yours.
Oh, God. See, that right there should be in a warning label.
Why should it? Who the fuck are you? It's called intimacy, babe.
No, intimacy is holding hands. This is organized snacking.
And yet, if I stop asking for bites, you'd be in your feelings.
I would not.
You absolutely would. You'd be like, dang, you don't even want none of my food no more?
That is not the point.
Exactly.
Marriage is wild, man. You spend your whole life wanting somebody to share everything with. Then one day, you realize everything apparently includes the top 5 fries you was emotionally attached to.
Because love is beautiful, but love with snacks, that's where character gets revealed.
So let's settle it right now. The official love button is this. Order your own.
And I'll still eat yours.
See, that right there is why trust issues exist.
No, that right there is why you should have added a side for the household.
The household? It was a 10-piece.
And yet here we are.
So the lesson today is simple. If you really love your partner, either protect your plate with your life or order extra and stop acting surprised when just a bite turns into a small business acquisition.
And if you're the one asking for a bite, at least have the decency to be honest. Don't say just one when your hand coming in like it got a lease agreement.
There it is. Because at the end of the day, love can survive a lot. But watching somebody eat your last fry after saying they wasn't hungry will make you question every vow in the ceremony.
And that right there is why just a bite is never just a bite.
Say it with me. If you wanted fries, order fries. Don't run a surprise audit on mine.
And if you love me, baby, quit acting like your plate got a security system.
That's the episode.
Married with superpowers. For truth.
I swear I can't have nothing.
Oh, please.
No, she didn't just say that.
Tell my story about how I just I'm schizophrenic and my demons never lie, yeah. Need to break free from this mental civil warfare. Fighting the system ain't as easy as you think, yeah.
Relaxing the body, getting in our posture, focusing in on the breath, breathing in through the nose, drawing the breath down through the body, and meeting in the abdomen at the solar plexus. And breathing out, breathing in, down to the solar, and breathing out. Kumati na sutupuko na ti mi anatu ma na shi na kutu na ya na te na tutu mana ya te ukoto na ti na tu ya te. The affirmations for the solar plexus. I am capable. I am turning on my willpower as I ignite my inner fire through this challenge and upcoming challenges. Through my challenges, I strengthen. I become wise and equip myself for the future. I am allowing myself with the breath and with my mind to surrender, release, and let go of judgment, criticism, and scrutiny that is continuing to debilitate my psychology and sense of identity in this world. I am beautiful. I am radiant. I illuminate from within. I train my ego with respect, love, courage, and dignity. I am able to draw my impulse, cravings, and reactive ways up my solar to my heart, so I may be full of integrity with my actions. I am releasing the need to control others or to save the world, as I am dropping my armor to be the I am and to be in this world, but not of it. My greatest influence is my embodiment and the way that I am. I am confident in my abilities, my gifts, my skills. I allow myself to feel the passion of why I like to serve. Ashe.
Healthier, it's going to be safer, and it's going to have better results. We believe that now all the research that we're conducting is leading us ever closer to a future of sound healing, of sound healing, of